Today on Bricklist I present you another expansion of the 21343. As announced in the last video, today I'm introducing you to another expansion of the Viking village. Since I have heard very mixed opinions about the last expansion and many did not like the title, in this video I want to offer you the right amount of modules so that the title of the video doesn't drive you crazy again. The first expansion was created by the mock designer Lux.bricks. It is called Viking Village Expansion and consists of two modules. These consist of a total of 586 parts and will cost you around $50 US. The instructions are provided by the mock designer for $4 US. The second one I present you is called Viking Village Expansion as well and consists of one module. The mock designer of this gem is Kermith72. It consists out of 268 parts, which should cost you about 20 to 25 USD. The instructions are provided freely though. As always, I'll link both of the mocks down in the video description. The first module is built as usual, starting with the base, for which many different plates and larger stones are used. The ends of the base are built by stone leaves and parts of the bridge, which mark the last fine cuts of the basic framework. Then we continue with the floor decoration. It consists mainly of stone parts that are fixed to the ground and pieces of rock. A very cool fishnet is attached to the side of the walkway, and to further fill out the base there's a softwood tree, a small watchtower with flag and shield, and some nice details including a wooden trunk on a sawhorse, a carved wooden piece, and this one, which I honestly can't identify. So we are done with the first of the three modules. Now let's take a quick look at this one. The first module from Lux.bricks is a wonderful addition to the Viking village. It is filled with nice details and definitely has its own charm and character. Let's start with the front jetty, where unlike the original set, a small extension has been made to the jetty. On the side we even find a small fishing net that was built very efficiently from such black skeleton arms. Behind the jetty we now find the biggest action. Here's among other things a thing which I unfortunately cannot identify. I suspect it is a training device made of hay. Unfortunately the designer has not given any further information. Behind it we find a wooden log that sits on a sawhorse. The sawhorse itself is not fixed to the ground, which means you can theoretically place it anywhere in the village. To the right of the sawhorse are two wooden beams and a small barrel with tools. Behind it we have a stand with a piece of cut wood, which is probably part of a ship. At the very end of the base there's a watchtower in the corner on the left, which has the same design as the one from the original set and can be climbed using a ladder. To the right of this is a softwood tree. We continue with the construction of the second module. The construction of the base is almost identical to that of the first module, so I'll fast forward a little. Now it gets exciting as we build a small fire pit on the ground, which is also covered. Then we build a small stand covered with fish and tools. Finally we add a little life to the floor, including a few small stools, a pumpkin, a barrel and a fish and a fishing net at the front of the footbridge. Let's take a closer look at this module. Just like in the first module, there's another extension on the footbridge, only this time it is a little larger. And here on the side we also find a fishing net, which fits in really well with the overall picture of the village, which I will show you in more detail later on. The base is on the one hand equipped with a small stand that offers various goods including fish and meat, in front of which there's a small barrel, a pumpkin and a fish box. It is probably used to prepare the food for the village. Next to it is a small cooking area that is covered. This is also a small extension of the village hut and looks just great. Here's a brief overview of the second module. Now that we're done with Lux.bricks modules, let's continue with Kermith's module. The special feature of the base is that we leave the center hollow because we put the ice surface, which consists of 3 large window panels, in the middle. After we have placed the ice surface in the middle, we now secure it with various plates. We then place a few pieces of the ice on top, and then we build a rock that consists of different shades of gray and is decorated with ice. We then place this behind the pond, after which we start to build an icy footbridge. Behind the footbridge, a small detail, a line with hanging fish, is added. As a final touch, we then build stone patterns and 2 small trees to breathe a little life into the platform. Now let's take a closer look at the module in detail. At the front of the module on the right you can see the first change. Here's now a part of the walkway that will later make it easy to create a scenic transition for the connection with the rest of the modules. The highlight of the module, however, is this large ice surface. With the walkway on the one hand, the surface consists of a new color variation of these panels and creates a nice angle with an innovative design that makes the surface look more natural. Behind the footbridge is a stand on which fish hang. Finally, we have a large zone that benefits the module. And now that we have looked at all the modules in detail, I want to try to connect them with the rest of the village, despite the fact that all the modules come from different designers. To my delight, despite all modules being created by different designers, they fit perfectly together and really upgraded the overall look of the village. I find the modules very well thought out, they all have their own character, and I particularly like the small details, such as the new side house that is connected to the headquarters, and the new frozen pond that offers such a nice building technique. The price for the modules is also very reasonable. If you liked the video, please leave a like and also sub. Have a nice day and goodbye for today. That's it on Brickless. Bye.